going to go ahead and start. As I said, Chair Babeu is going to talk first. He has a few people that are going to talk after that. After that, we'll open it up to questions.
Not that I ever use notes, but thank you everyone for coming here today. I want to thank those that I work with. We have numerous elected officials from Pinell County that I'm here with, a couple of our state representatives, mayors, candidates for office, and certainly some of the top leaders, men and women that I work with in the Sheriff's Office here in Pinell County. And also a fellow commander in the Army National Guard that I serve with, and has also been deployed. In fact, we work with, we're Chandler police officers together. There's going to be some comments by a few people after I give my remarks. I think Tim already went over that, and then I can answer some questions after that. Well, I was here, and I want to answer the questions of the day that have been, everybody's been wondering, and I wanted to tell you that our budget is in fact in balance here in the Sheriff's Office, and that in reality, the main issue that I'm here today is to talk about some of the very serious allegations that have been reported in local media. And I'm here to say that all these allegations that were in one of these newspapers are absolutely, completely false, except for the issues that refer to me as being gay, because that's the truth. I am gay. And I wanted to talk about what it means here, and as a sheriff, in defining myself as an American, as a sheriff, somebody who has served in law enforcement, who has responded to thousands of calls, emergency calls for service, even saving individuals' lives. When people have a crisis and showing up, that question's never asked. And serving as the sheriff of Pinell County, that I believe it's without question that the measure of performance and results that we collectively have been able to achieve here in Pinell County have gone up dramatically. And the people of our county know it, and they appreciate that. And we have a great team of leaders that are very talented, but in the end, I'm the chief executive, I'm the sheriff. And that's how I measure as the sheriff, in my performance, in my results. In the military, I've served 20 years in the military, first as an enlisted soldier and also as an Army officer. And I had the great honor to serve our country deployed in Iraq, and also commanded 700, at times, 700 active duty soldiers in Yuma, in fact, with Major Chris Emmons, who is here as well today. And again, measurements of performance and results, we had the highest measures of reduction of smuggling at the Yuma border. And that's something that's very important to note. All of those things bring us back to how not only I define myself, but how we in America define ourselves as individuals. And I can tell you that those of us who have put our lives, as I've had the honor to do, in harm's way in the protections of our liberties and our freedoms, and our personal liberties and our personal freedoms, it means something different. When you see countries around the world who do divide people along their race, color, national origin, even among their faith, or among their orientation or their gender. And that's not who we are. And I have never defined myself by my ethnicity. I've never defined myself in terms of my orientation. I define myself, as I believe all of us do in America and should, as the value that we add and what we contribute in this world. And I would submit for consideration, further consideration for all Arizonans and people who look at this issue, that's the true measure of who we are. And a lot of people have reached out to me already, friends and voters, supporters, and said, Sheriff, this changes nothing. That who you are, I know you personally, I know your performance, and I value and appreciate who you are, and that means the world to me, I can tell you. That we have here this specific issue, and at no time in regards to this whole idea of deportation, at no time did I or anyone who represents me ever threaten deportation. Ever. And this issue was the vehicle in which this could be brought out publicly. The main issue and why we're really here today is that this issue has been floated around even when I was a candidate for sheriff. Up until this date, throughout my political activity, by my political opponents and those throughout my life. And this is 20 plus years that I've had numerous people that would threaten this to me, to expose me, go to my chain of command, even in the military, and report this, and have done so. And so it's almost as if there's a relief today to be able to not be threatened, because not only is that not fair, and to define people along those personal, those very private parts of who they are, that's how I've lived my life and defined myself. In regards to this matter, the individual that we're talking about, Jose, that there was a personal relationship, and separate and apart from that, he was a volunteer for my political campaign, and actually was in charge of our website for some time, and also in charge of our website, and also our social media of Twitter, and our financial transactional system on our website as well. And when that relationship ended, he then at a later point, as other people were brought into the campaign, not in a volunteer status, but in a paid status, he then took control of those items, the social media and the website, and started posting information on there that was not complimentary. One that's illegal on several levels, and also claimed and purported to be me, which is identity theft. And so this idea of deportation was never an issue. I don't have the authority to deport anybody. I have the authority to enforce laws and to make an arrest. There was no law enforcement action here at all. In fact, I did what most citizens in their private lives would do if they have a dispute or a relationship gone bad, and somebody is looking to be harmful to the other party, is to go to an attorney. And my attorney contacted Jose on the 6th of September of last year, and then on the 7th of September complied and turned over all the passwords, and they were promptly changed for those. That communication between my attorney and Jose was in writing, it was documented. They never talked in person or by phone. And then subsequent to that, an attorney hired by him had conversation with my attorney, Krista Rose. So that is the main allegation that is being made, and it's blatantly, completely false. This whole rumor, this whole idea about who I am in my private life has been shopped around, and I believe an overwhelming majority of you standing here today in the media not only have known this, that information has been brought to your attention by numerous sources. And this was the way, that the hook of how this could be brought out, and to malign and attack a sheriff who does stand for conservative principle, who does enforce the law, and I work very hard to do my job and to do it exceptionally well. I'm going to leave that there for right now and ask Chief Deputy Henry to come on and speak.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Steve Henry, S-T-E-V-E-H-E-N-R-Y, Chief Deputy, Pinal County Sheriff's Office. Well, this afternoon we're here today talking about something that's actually, at least from my perspective, fairly unimportant. You know, we've got a lot of problems in Pinal County, the state of Arizona, and the country that we live in, and we've been reduced to talking about this. And that does not take away from the fact that the sheriff is a phenomenal leader. He always has been. He's taken this sheriff's office to a place that it never thought it could be, and it's only going to get better. And I'm proud to be associated with the sheriff's office. I'm proud that this man is my sheriff, and I consider him a very, very good friend. Thank you. That's all.
Harry Grizzle, H-A-R-R-Y, Grizzle, G-R-I-Z-Z-L-E. I've worked here close to 20 years. I met the sheriff when we became elected. I have to say from experience, I have a lot of honor to work with and for this man. He's done a lot of excellent things for our agency. I feel this is a sideshow, to be honest with you. It has absolutely nothing to do with our agency. It will not and has not, to be honest with you. I know that's the bottom line is our agency is well, has never done better. And I actually believe this is quite courageous for this man to come out and do this and tell everyone today, this public inspector. It's unfortunate it came out this way. But as he said, it's a relief. We'll get through this and I fully support it. Deputy Chief.
There's Supervisor Brian Martin from Pinal County.
Good afternoon, Brian Martin, Pinal County Supervisor, B-R-Y-N-M-R-T-Y-N. First and foremost, Paul Babeu is a very, very dear friend of mine. I've known Paul since well before we were elected. And I will tell you, after serving 2 tours, myself in Iraq, 2 tours Afghanistan, Bosnia, and Africa, we fight for the reality that people are judged by the content of their character. We are not judged in America by the color of our skin, our race, or our sexual orientation. Paul Babeu is a fantastic leader. It has absolutely nothing to do with his sexual orientation. Americans, Arizonans, we need to get over this. Paul is a good guy. Paul is a leader. Paul makes changes that we need in Pinal County, Arizona, and America. Paul is the kind of guy that Pinal County needs, and God bless him, he stepped up and he's looking to take that to Washington. And I think everybody would agree we need people of character in Washington. Paul Babeu is a man of character, and he will always be a dear friend, and his orientation has absolutely nothing to do with our friendship, and it never will. Thank you.
Martin.